Hey there everyone, thanks for joining me on another one of my Overwatch competitive guides. Today we will be talking about Symmetra, the not such a support hero anymore. I hope you enjoy, and please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Hey everyone, Tessa here, and today, again, like I said, we will be talking about Symmetra. Now, Symmetra is definitely labeled as a support character, but as you'll notice in the way that I play her very offensively. So to jump right in with this tutorial that'll hopefully get you guys directly into competitive play on this champion, we're going to go ahead and talk about her toolkit. And that would be her shield, her E, her shift click, which is her turrets, and then her auto attacks, and then her ults. Now keep in mind, Symmetra is the first hero to have two ults in the game, so we're going to discuss these first, as they are both very vital ults. They've been redone, in a sense. Not so much the teleporter side, but her second ult is absolutely amazing. So the first one is when you first click Q, you'll have the option to drop a teleporter when your ult charges at full. The teleporter itself is just like it used to be. It has a total of, I believe it's 6 charges. You place the teleporter, people can come from the spawn room to wherever you set the teleporter down. However, if you hit Q again, you will get a shield generator. And before Symmetra was able to use her E to place shields on players, this is no longer the case, as it wasn't strong enough. It didn't have enough it wasn't vital enough compared to the other healers and other supports, and it just didn't play a very good role on her. So they changed it now where you can place another machine down that generates shields. Now the nice thing about these shields is they give you 75 health, but it's regenable health. It never goes away. So once the player has received the shield, and it's really long range, like you can place this down and it puts it on really far away, they will regen that health. And surprisingly, like characters like Tracer, Symmetra herself, Anna, all those lower health champions are going to benefit immensely from this because of that 75 extra health. That stops a lot of one-shot abilities like a Helix Rocket from Soldier, or just auto attacks from a Pharah. So that is her ult. Now to talk about her E, which is her new shield. So before, you used to be able to shield an ally and it would give them 75 health. You'd have to put it on all 5 of your teammates. You couldn't use it on yourself. This has been now changed to more of a projectile Reinhardt shield. And you don't really see me using all that often, and I'll admit that I'm not the best at it and I need to get better at it. But in a sense, her shield is just like Reinhardt's, but it projects forward in the way you've aimed it. And this is meant to be a more of a like placement to protect your buildings is what I've found, or like to protect, like, say, you know, like you've got a bastion or something, you can jump behind the bastion, you can use it, and then you can move to the side, and as long as that shield is traveling, nothing can go through that, minus like Symmetra's charged right click, which we'll talk about momentarily. Again, I don't use this very much. It has saved me a few times, especially against like a Pharah. The big things that I will note here is the potential of ult blockage. Just like Reinhardt shields, Maze Wall, you can stop ults. If you see a Pharah in the air using her ult, just aim it at her, use it, you will not take damage. Shield's got so much durability to it, it's unreal. Diva ult. If you time it perfectly, it can block the Diva ult from hitting you and other allies if they're lined up behind you. Same goes with numerous amount of ults, you know, Roadhogs, Soldiers, etc. It's an amazing ult block tool. I generally tend to use it against Diva mostly, but that's just my preference. I do try to use it when I can, but again, I am not so good at it. Now we're going to talk about her shift left click, which is her turrets. They were the same before, except for now, the turrets now initially have 6. You don't start with, you know, 3, you're rushing to get to the point to try to get 4 or 5 down. You know, you have time to get there, you have time to place them, you can strategize them more, and they return faster, so you can essentially place them more often as well. There was no other changes to them. They still work the same, they still do the same amount of damage. I do believe that they changed it so they don't have health, they have a shield that regens, but they get one shot by everything anyways, pretty much, so there was no point to change that. They still work the same way though, so I'm not going to go too in-depth with them, except for noticing key points to place them, and I'll talk about that in the future of this video. So for now, we're going to jump right into her left click. So her left click is, in my opinion, the most lethal auto in this game right now. You literally lock onto somebody. You don't even have to aim after locking onto them, and you just channel this beam. And to tell you how overpowered this is, you can get in a Mercy's face and she will die in about 4 seconds if she's at full health. And it's got such a long range on it now that even like them jumping away from you, you're able to kill Pharahs in the air. It is an absolutely ridiculously long range. If you watch the video, you'll be seeing how often I'm actually in people's faces tearing them apart. There will be points where I'm in games and I can jump behind a Reinhardt or a Roadhog, and a full channel, full ammo will kill them with ease, as long as I stay behind them where I'm not dying. Essentially, her left click is absolutely amazing. I love it. I love the way they changed it. It works so nice. Now to talk about her right click though. And her right click, you don't see a lot of players using it. And it doesn't really have a very good roll to it. I mean, essentially the longer you hold the right click, the more it charges up. Eventually it'll release on its own, but you let off your right click to send it out. And this ability works just like any other projectile in the game, except for the fact that it can go through Reinhardt shields. It can go through Symmetra shields, and it can generate your ult ridiculously fast at the start of the game. You'll often see me, if you do watch some of my Symmetra videos, you will see me charging that as the game starts, because, generally Reinhardts will tend to be in the front line. They'll have their shield up to block any immediate incoming damage from, like, Junkrats and stuff. That ball will go through them and immediately generate you, like, 30% ult charge right off the get-go, just like a Reinhardt's E would for a Reinhardt player. This is very crucial to rush comps, against rush comps, because you can set up your teleporter or shield generator faster, but also that is actually a good amount of damage. It's just a really slow projectile. You'll often find yourself using it when you're like wrapped around a choke, or the enemies are wrapped around a choke. You'll kind of just aim it and hope somebody walks into it. Again, this is coming from somebody who, I am fairly new to Symmetra. I'm no pro by any means, and I know that. I die a lot more than I should. I do a lot of things that I shouldn't do. But that's how I generally use it. So now that we've talked about her abilities, though, we're going to go ahead and jump into more of the direct aspect of the play style of her, and I don't want to make this too much longer, so I'm going to try to keep this as short as I can. Essentially, Symmetra is a character who should be played on defensive. She's got the lineup of her, her turrets that can help her out. She's got the defensive of her shields. But she is also very strong on attack if used properly. Now, as a Symmetra player myself, I'm in the back line a lot, especially on the attack mode. Because like I said, dropping a Mercy in 4 seconds, Zenyatta, Ana, any of the healers, just dropping them like that is absolutely crucial. I mean, if you watch how I channel on people in the video, you'll see them drop. So getting in the back line, generally when somebody says, oh my god, somebody's in the back line, it takes people a few seconds to react to that. So unless you're playing against really high players, you're going to be able to successfully get in that back line as long as you sneak around and take 1 to 3 people out before people start catching on. Any more than that, and you're just against noobs and it's not your skill. So have fun with that. Now, as towards her teleporter placement and her shield generator placement, you'll see me in a lot of my videos placing them really stupid. And the reason I do that is because they are a high priority target. A lot of players will actually prioritize a teleporter or a shield generator over an actual target. And where that is generally the smart call, you can use that in your favor. If you know the enemies are going to focus it, use it as a bait tool, because that's, a few extra seconds you're getting on them where they're not focusing you. And where that doesn't sound like a lot, when you've got 6 players, and if all 6 players are focusing on that for 3 seconds, you just bought your team 18 seconds of time, and that is a lot of damage that's going out just from you in that time, so to speak. Obviously, you're not buying 18 seconds, you're buying 3 seconds from 6 people, but still. So, to talk more in-depthly about her actual Sentry placement, I don't tend to clump them up. I like them kind of scattered 2 to 3 at one place. Generally 3, because 3 will kill somebody pretty quickly, but won't, you're not losing all of your defense if they do happen to have a D.Va or something that kills them. So try to spread them out a little bit. And now to talk more about her counters. D.Va and Winston's are her absolute counter curse. If you are seeing that they're taking your turrets out constantly, they're constantly in your face, just switch off. If they don't have a D.Va or a Winston, you're pretty safe to play her whenever you feel that you want to play her. She is a very versatile champion right now. Very, very versatile champion. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up because it has now been 10 minutes, and I don't want to make these videos too long. I really hope that you like what I do here with these videos, and I really hope that you want more. So please feel free to comment and let me know what you want me to do, whether it be montages, more guides, etc. Whatever you guys want me to do is what I'm going to put out. That is my goal. I'm here to play for you and help everybody else out in the community to get better at the game, or games, whatever I'm playing at the time. And if you do have any other games you'd like to see me play, please let me know. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and end this off. I hope everybody really enjoyed this. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and have a nice night.